Hi everyone, welcome back to my Edessa Let's Play. So last time around, we had maxed out our science vessel with data, and we still have a few science experiments to dump into it. So all we can really do now is wait for it to process the data. So what we can do in the meantime while we wait is have a look at what active missions we have and see if we can achieve them as well. Excuse me. So inside our active, we have a plant flag on Minmus. We can conduct some atmospheric surveys. We can rescue Ilo from orbit of Kerbin, and we can rescue Gustop from orbit of Minmus. We can explore Duna, or we can rescue Givan from the surface of the moon. So I'm thinking the first thing we want to do is we want to do the easiest one. Try to rescue Ilo from orbit of Kerbin. So I'm just going to go into the vehicle assembly building. Okay, now last time around our vessel was a total disaster. So our lunar explorer did not have adequate solar cells, or in fact it didn't have solar cells at all. So first things first, attach some solar cells. Just any place will do, really. Now we don't actually need a lot of solar cells, we just need one set. Just attach them here on the back. Yeah, that will definitely do. Then again, I don't really want this to come with us, you know, so I'll try to put it here. Yeah, that looks good. Let me just deploy this. There we go. So now we won't be running out of power. Good. Collapse this. Good. We'll save that. Do we have any other command pods we can use? No, we still only have the Proodine and the Octo and the Hex. Once we get some smaller command modules, it'd be good to use those because they're a bit more powerful. They give us a bit more functionality. Okay. Now this is a little bit overkill. I mean, we have a ton of Delta V in this vessel, but it's not really that expensive. You know, it's just under 50 grand. So we can quite happily launch a couple of these to rescue everybody in sight. Okay, so we'll save this. And I think we're just going to run a quick test and see if we can rescue the whoever it was that was in orbit. What is this? Oh, right, okay. This allows us to edit the tags for this vessel. Well, let's add a tag. Landers. Yep. New tag. So it's a lander. Sorry, I just got a sudden brain block. I don't know what else I want to tag it as. Either way, this will do. Save that. Not interested in Duna. We have rescue given from the surface of the moon. That's fine. Minmus, Kerbin. Okay, let's go get Ilo from Kerbin and see if this craft now behaves itself properly. Save that and launch. Still exploring best ways to optimize my audio gear. And after spending the last few hours in all different ways that I can optimize my voice through effects and stuff like that, I've just discovered that my microphone is very sensitive on how you orient it. I've just rotated it 90 degrees and suddenly my voice quality has just skyrocketed. So I do apologize if I sound a bit loud now, because it seems that all of my vocals are now coming through really loud. I'm just watching my levels. Anyway, so we are on the pad. We haven't blown up. Always a good thing. apparently we can still perform some science here, so let's observe that. We'll keep that experiment. And we have Jodoc on board. We do not want Jodoc to be on board. Okay, Jodoc, you get... oh, can he get out? Yeah, I really don't want Jodoc to get killed on the pad by jumping out of here. So we'll recover the vessel. Okay, always a good thing. We've got 3 science out of that. All the funds back, that's nice, and Jodoc has got no new experience. So let's try that thing one more time, only this time we're going to try to make sure that there's nobody on board before we take off. There we go, now inside the crew. Jodoc, you get out, that's it. And of course, we forgot to check our staging, so let's separate our separator and our parachute. Good. Are we good now? We don't want any more accidents. So, engines and clamps, separator, separator, engine, separator, engine, separator, parachute. Okay, now we're done. Let's go. Okay, so this is Lunar Lander Rescue Operation, attempt number 2. I believe everything's alright. I'm just going to activate SAS. I'm just going to work my flight stick, make sure that's still working. We are good. And SAS symbol has come back. There's none of that recycling symbol, whatever it is here. It usually shows up if the stick is stuck sideways. Okay, good. Throttling up and launch in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have good liftoff. Just gonna rotate us around. There we go. Okay, just trying to keep us on course. And for some reason it jumps away from us. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna attempt to make this ascent a little bit less shallow than last time. So just pulling straight up at the for the time being. Approaching 4.75 kilometers. Okay, now we start pulling down. Just trying to keep that 90-degree turn. Sorry, 90-degree bearing. Still a little bit squirrely. Our roll is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fine-tune these ailerons or tail surfaces, because they respond a fraction of a second slower than our reaction wheels, which means that I'm pulling and then it moves. Okay, 23 kilometers. We're going a little bit too steep. "28 kilometers altitude." Yeah, just fighting that roll on the way up has distracted me a little bit too much. Okay, asparagus. 35 kilometers up. And for some reason I'm going 180 degrees instead of 90. Okay, well, I guess we're not going after Ilu, Kerman, today. We're about to exit the atmosphere at an apoapsis of 94, 95 kilometers. Just turning right into the horizon, try to get as much sideways motion as we can. And we are in space. And it is really, really sluggish at the moment. It's sluggish in every direction except roll. Roll is absolutely oversensitive. Still a lot of work to be done on this craft. Okay, we are going into a southerly polar orbit, which is fine, I guess. We can still try to shoot for the moon. Yeah, I have no idea what I was looking at, but it was not the right thing to look at. So we're now in a southerly polar orbit. Okay, apoapsis of 110 kilometers and rising. I have still a little bit more fuel reserves, so we have 12 seconds of fuel and dropping. Okay, center core depleted. Jettisoning center core. Activating lights. There we are, deploying our solar panel and our radio. Lovely. Okay, just lining up to that horizon. And staging second stage. Just pushing that apoapsis to about 190 kilometers. I honestly don't know what we can achieve. I mean, look at this. We are very much nearly a perfect polar orbit. And, yeah. Ilu's here. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll try to just circularize first and then see what we can do. I mean, it could be horribly expensive, but it may be possible to still get to Ilu from here. I don't know. Okay, we are at periapsis, turning to prograde. Coming down to that prograde marker and throttling up. Okay, and we are in orbit. Okay, so let's see what we can do, I guess. I mean, yeah. I don't know what happened there. So we'll add a target ascending node and we'll try to match. Come on. Okay, and try to drop that to 0, see how much that's going to cost. Okay, that's going to be 2,921 meters per second. A full 111 second burn. But because our craft has a ridiculous amount of delta V, we can actually do it. Because this is a moon rocket, and we're just in lower Kerbin orbit. We can actually manage this burn. Oh, that is insane. Alright, well, let's do that. Let's get ourselves positioned. On the plus side, the solar panel is working beautifully. As is our comnet, because we flew around the South Pole and we maintain connection to our craft. So everything's coming up well, even when I completely stuff up the ascent. There we go. Okay. So we have 2 minutes 50 seconds to burn. I'm just going to fast forward. Okay. 1 minute to burn. 30 seconds. 15 seconds and throttling up. Okay, burning away. We are now at suborbital speeds, and hopefully... And our flight stick has just gotten stuck to the right. There we go. Gonna have to increase the dead zone on the flight stick. Usually it defaults to 5, which is nowhere near good enough for most flight sticks, so I extended that to 15. But it seems that even 15 has issues. Okay, nice and steady burn. We have 24 seconds of fuel left in the second stage and dropping. Just going to use physics acceleration. Okay, that is second stage depleted, staging, and igniting the final stage. Okay, 900 meters per second remaining. Whoops. Okay, note to self, do not try to make fine adjustments while 4 times physics accelerating. How are we doing? Okay, we have managed our burn. Let me just burn off the last of those milliseconds. Meters per second, I should say. There we go. Let's inspect the damage. So, our orbit has turned out to be nice and flat, which is incredible. And as you can see, we're bouncing a signal off our relay there. I'm just hiding relays at the moment. There's our relay, our unmanned explorer. So we'll hide that. Where's our target? It is scrap. Okay, so I'll just add a maneuver node and see what we can do about making an intercept. Hello, there we go. Oops, a little bit too much. Yeah, come on. Just trying to fine tune the retrograde here. There we go. So that's a separation of 27.6 kilometers. Let's see if we can drop that a little bit. Okay. Well, that's going to have to do 18.3 kilometers. We can fine tune that a little bit later. Let's see if I can do... Yeah, that's better. Nope. Okay. Oh, too far. Okay, it looks like 11.3 kilometers separation is best we can do. That's fine. Let's just rotate ourselves towards that maneuver node. There we go, and that's 18 minutes away, so let's fast forward. Okay, there's Ilu's scrap, and we have 2 minutes and 55 seconds before burn of 4 seconds. Fast forwarding now. Okay, and burning away. Okay, so our periapsis is 84 kilometers, so we will stay in space, and our intersect is going to happen at 10.3 kilometers separation. That's going to have to do. Let's forward to the periapsis. Okay, that's us. We're a little bit high. I thought we had dropped our relative inclination, but apparently we didn't. And I'm getting a few lags here. Let me just try to expand. Whoops. So Alt End. That should extend our heap size and hopefully reduce the number of lags. So kill that. How are we doing? Okay, coming in nice and hot. Let's activate our rendezvous and see if we can drop that intercept distance. Okay, dropping that down to 8 kilometers and dropping 7 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Okay. Alright. Just trying to burn in the other direction to see if we can drop that some more. 2 kilometers. Okay, so what's happening now is I'm dropping the separation distance, but it's actually increasing the relative speed when we do intercept. I don't really want to do that, so I mean, you want to do it, but up until a point anyway. So you can see now our intercept course is a sort of a cross, and I don't want to make that angle any harder than it is. Okay, just catching my breath there. So our intercept happens in 30 seconds. That's visible here. So we'll burn, I think, in about when this T drops to about 10 seconds. So we'll watch that here as we go back to the view. Where is our target? I believe our target is directly beneath us. There it is. Okay, and full burn. Lovely. We are nearly at a dead stop. So let's turn towards our target. What is this? I appear to have no control. What is going on? Okay, I definitely have control with... I appear to have hit a button somehow, and I have no control with my keyboard. So I'm having to use my flight stick at the moment until I figure out what's going on. There we go. Okay, I'm having a whole lot of fun with controls at the moment. And we're almost out of fuel. We're down to 105 milliseconds. Sorry, 105 meters per second. There we go. So apparently we're gonna pass the target in another 4 minutes 36. There we go. And I'm going to avoid using the engine, so I'm gonna shut down this engine. And I'm gonna activate RCS and just make sure these are working. There we go. Lovely. So this has been a comedy of errors, but hopefully we'll be able to rescue the stranded Kerbinaut. So Ilu's scrap is coming up at 300 meters and closing. 100 meters. Okay. Let's kill that velocity now. Can't really see in this dark, but we're very, very close. There we are, 20 meters away. Dropping that velocity down. Okay. And here we are. So, Ilo Kerman, you are now free to EVA. Oh, very nice. Okay. Usually when we get close to the hatch, we get a little prompt that says hit F to grab, but there we go. There you go. Ilo, you have just been rescued. Okay, we're now ready for a retro burn and a re-entry. Let's just make this thing. Rename vessel. Make it debris, just so it doesn't clutter up our map. Okay. Alright, ready for a deorbit burn. Ignition. And that's that engine spent. May as well run some science. Why not? Just keep everything. Yep, that'll do. And we can now jettison. We're supposed to have jettisoned that, so there we go. And for some reason we're attached to our control is still attached to the to this final stage. Okay, swapping back. There we go. Oh dear. Can anything else go wrong? Okay. Ailu, you're a pilot, but you have no stars, so we have only stability assist. Fine. Whatever. Two minutes to re-entry. Keeping all our fingers crossed. Deactivating SAS. And we are hitting the atmosphere. 68 kilometers altitude. (2,200 meters per second). 62 kilometers and dropping. Hang in there, Ailu. 60 kilometers and dropping. 2,285 meters per second. (55 kilometers and dropping. We're starting to hit some of the thicker parts of the atmosphere. We have a lovely sunrise just as we're starting to hit the plasma layer. (45 kilometers and dropping. Starting to lose velocity, and there is the Kerbal Space Center, in fact. Ailu seems rather pleased. We're doing well. (34 kilometers and dropping. The atmosphere is now getting nice and thick now. 2,000 meters and dropping. 2,000 meters per second and dropping. And we are through the plasma layer at 15 kilometers and dropping. We're doing well. 10 kilometers altitude. Deploying chute. Coming in through the cloud layer. Subsonic. Beautiful. Welcome to the space program, Ailu. Okay, so we managed to gather 32.4 points of science that time around, which is good. Don't worry about that. And is this Ilu? Elio? Ilu. I'm gonna call her Ilu anyway. So she's gained a single star from that flight. That's good. We got some messages. So we have a mission complete. Ilu Kerman is now part of the space program. And we got 84,000 for completing that mission. Do we have any other missions? Position satellites, conduct temperature surveys, observational surveys. I'm not interested. So goodbye. Okay, who else needs rescuing? Gustav from orbit of Minmus. Okay, let's go do that. What's this one? Rescue Givan from the surface of the moon. Okay. Which do we do? Let's go for Givan on the surface of the moon. And this time around, let's fine-tune those tail feathers. They are way too responsive to our roll and nowhere near responsive enough to anything else. So what I'll do is, I'll just take the roll away entirely. Yep, and I'll take the roll away from this. It's already taken away, okay. Because yeah, it feels like the reaction wheels do more than enough of a job for our roll. Next, I might drop the authority limiter on these to around 50%. And do the same thing here. Lovely. Let's save that. Make sure there's nobody on board. That's it. Save that, and let's go for the moon. Lovely. We haven't blown up. Always a good thing. So no more blinking lights, so we don't have any outstanding signs. Good. Throttling up. SAS. Test the flight stick. We are good. Okay, nice and steady ascent. Let's see how she flies. Just using the flight stick to push ourselves down to the 90 degrees. Okay, nice and steady. Nowhere near as squirrely as it was before. Yeah, I had a feeling that those reaction wheels were just gonna already... Whoa, never mind. Okay. Still a bit squirrely, but not as bad. Coming up to 4.5 kilometers altitude. Eight kilometers altitude, dropping that pitch down to about 45 degrees. We're at 50 at the moment. Really trying to shallow that out as much as I can. 12 kilometers altitude. Very aggressive on that turn, but I think we're looking good. .5 kilometers altitude. Asparagusing away. Why are we leaning? What's going on? There we go. Good, we're doing well. Not too steep, not too shallow. Still a little bit squirrely for my taste, but doing well. Okay, 43 kilometers altitude and rising. Let's see if we can drop that a little bit more. Push it right down into the horizon now. Lovely. Not exactly a textbook ascent, but I am happy with that one. In the future, I might see if I can attach another control wheel to that center core. It's still very, very sluggish. But yeah, that was definitely an improvement over what we had before. And I might put that control wheel on the very first stage, in fact, because I don't think we're going to need it on the subsequent stages, and then it'll just be dead weight, really. Okay, our apoapsis is sitting at 43 kilometers and rising. This is good. 75 kilometers. Coming up to 80 kilometers, so gonna kill the engine. We're 5 kilometers away from space. And our periapsis is at negative 102 kilometers. This has been an excellent ascent. So fast forward to the apoapsis. Apoapsis in 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds to apoapsis. Gonna deploy our solar panels and deploy our radio. Okay. 15 seconds to apoapsis, so burning away for circularization. Okay, camera shift. And trying to circularize that orbit. There we go. We have an apoapsis of 82 kilometers and a periapsis of 77, just under 78 kilometers. Perfect. Okay, let us shoot for the moon. Lovely, that will do. Just fine tune that a little bit just to bring it down. Okay, that's it. There we go, that'll do. Let's fast forward to that. Doing well. Strong signal bounces. Lovely. Look at that. There's another bounce over there. 6 minutes to burn. Okay. Our maneuver node appears to have drifted, or rather we've drifted away from our maneuver node. 2 minutes 20 seconds to burn, just orienting ourselves towards that maneuver node. And of course, we've just overshot it. There we are. Come on. Lovely. Okay, 1 minute 20 seconds to burn. $50 seconds to burn. 30 seconds. 10 seconds to burn. 5 seconds. Throttling up. First stage depleted. Jettisoning. First stage clear. Staging second stage. Okay, 100 meters per second to go. Focusing on the moon. Let's see if we can get these two as close as we can together. Lovely. That will do. So there's given scrap. Good. Now I want to try to make this orbit a little bit more eccentric. There's our Lunar Explorer there. So I'll add a maneuver node here. See if I can fine-tune that orbit just a little bit. Okay. There we go. That will make it a little bit easier to get that far south. Okay, let's do it. Doing well. 3,827 meters per second left in the tanks. Okay. Fast forwarding. Two and a half minutes to burn, just fast forwarding a little bit. 35 seconds to burn. 10 seconds. Throttling up. Try to get these to align up as best we can. There we go. Lovely. Now we just add a circularization burn. Good enough. There we go. We have good sun exposure, and it's now safe to fast forward. Coming in around the south side of the moon. Awaiting intercept. Okay, time warp drops to 50 times. Usually this happens around a sphere of influence or SOI change. We have good strong signal, we're looking good. Okay, time accelerating some more. Getting a good view of the south side of the moon. Okay, alarm has gone off. We have 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Fast forward a little bit. Okay, 3 seconds. Burn it away. Okay. Fine-tuning that circularization now. There we go. Now, what we want to do is we want to come in from about here and land about here. It's pretty far down south. So what we need to do now is we need to fast forward until this thing lines up with our orbit line. Wait, what? Okay. I don't know what just happened, but this thing decided to orbit along with us. Anyway. Fast forwarding some more. Yep, I think that might be as close as we can get. Okay. So, we'll now first drop our periapsis as far down as it goes. Without hitting the mountains, of course. Yep, and then at our periapsis, we'll try to circularize. Okay, approaching periapsis. Coming about to retrograde burn. Okay, at retrograde, burn it away. Okay. So it looks like given Kerman is very close to the South Pole, and we're going to have a hard time getting to him, but we're going to get as close as we possibly can. So I'll add a maneuver node here to try to change our trajectory to intercept, and then try to roll that trajectory down to be as close as it possibly can be. Okay. I'm going to angle our craft towards that maneuver node, and then we'll fast forward. Still, we have excellent signal strength, and we have outstanding power generation, and we still have the second stage with us, providing us with all the fuel that we possibly need. We're doing well. Okay, there we go. Take us away. Okay, 3 minutes to burn. Our alarm goes off. And I'll just fine tune this thing to try to get it nice and close. There we go. It looks like it's going to be pretty crater heavy over there as well. What have you been up to given scrap? Given's Kerbin. Anyway, Kerman, I should say. Okay. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to burn. We'll fast forward that. $20 seconds to burn. We're approaching our maneuver node. 10 seconds. Fire and away. Okay, pushing that orbit line down so that it intersects with the surface of the moon as close as it possibly can be to given scrap. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So fast forward to about here. And now we can get back. Okay, there's given. Turn ourselves retrograde and try to slow ourselves down. So we're going pretty fast, but we should be able to bleed that off fairly quickly. Altitude to terrain is 3.5 kilometers, fluctuating wildly because of the rough terrain. Try to bleed off that horizontal velocity a little bit. Okay. 166 meters per second. There's given over there. Okay, just turning us towards given now. Craft is very difficult to fly at this point, but we're looking good. Okay, start to see shadows. Getting ready to jettison this core. Approaching to given at 1.2 kilometers away. Coming down at 500 meters altitude. $300 meters. Where's our shadow? There's our shadow. Okay, what I might do this time is I will attempt to place this second stage gently on the ground and then jettison it. Okay. There we go. Okay, try to get closer to given over there. And for some reason, given is hovering. This is very steep terrain. We want to try to find something a little bit more flat. Okay, Given is just snapped to the ground, which is good. See if I can get a little bit closer to him. There we go. Oops. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Okay, bringing him down. And we are set down. Do not cheat. Come on, come on, come on. Don't you dare collapse on me now. I got you the really expensive legs. No, no, no. Okay. That is frustrating. Oh well, let's run some material science. Sorry, some mystery goo. Sure, why not? Okay. Don't need that. Hello, Given. Why don't you go over to our collapsed craft? It's your only chance out of here. Yeah, I suppose in the future I might land further down, somewhere where it's more level. Really need to make some wider stanced landers. Okay, just slowly moonwalking towards our collapsed craft. Given, get in there. Alright, well, I guess I may as well retract the gear. Okay. Now maybe if I use RCS. Yes, no? No RCS? Oh, okay. So RCS are doing nothing at this point. Okay. Maybe if I rotate like this. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. We're just gonna have to grind it on our belly and then try to lift off. Just trying to get my bearings. Okay. What are you doing? Throttling up. Come on, lift off. Okay, we've blown something up. Come on. Lift, 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 lift. Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. Okay, and turning it towards 90 degrees. I'm not sure what we blew up there, but Hopefully it wasn't valuable. Home sweet home. There it is in the distance. There's no place now like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Go, go, go. We've utterly run out of monopropellant, but that's fine. It's just less weight. Come on, you can do this. Okay, we now have a periapsis of 55 kilometers. We're back in orbit. Oh, thank goodness for that. Alright. Go to hypothesis. Oh, but before we do that, deploy the radio, deploy the solar panel again. What did we blow up? Did we lose a thruster? Did something blew up on our way up? I have no idea. Either way, it can't have been that important. Yep, it looks like it was one of these thrusters. Good. Let's get to that hypothesis. I really should just install wheels at this point. Every time we land, we seem to collapse, seem to topple. So, wheels would definitely be a good addition. That way at least we can take off horizontally, you know? But I suppose wheels do way more, I'm not sure. Okay. Doing a circularization burn now. Okay, we have circularized. Lovely. So, I'm guessing that if I fire from about here, that will launch us back towards Kerbin. Let's see if that happened. That is the case. Okay, well that's something. Now what happens if I tweak that? Oh, lovely. That's as good as we can hope for from this particular eccentricity, so I'm happy with that. Let's just prepare to burn in that direction. Lovely. Let's go. We can only time warp it 100 times because of very low altitude. And we're now getting signal bounce off of Atlas Explorer. That's amazing. Lovely, doing well, doing well. Okay, thank you. Okay, 2 minutes 50 seconds to burn. Fast forwarding. 10 seconds to burn. Ignition. Lovely. And we are away. So now all we gotta do is drop down this periapsis so that it's inside Kerbin's atmosphere, and we are going home. Come on now. We gotta have enough fuel to do this. Yeah, I think we are gonna have enough fuel. Good. I really didn't want to have to do another rescue mission. The rescue of a rescue mission. Beautiful. Excellent. There you go. Fast forward here. Why is it so slow? Come on, warp here. Oh, come on, really? Why we run up? Oh, for the love of... Alright, fine. Time for you to push. Nearly there. Seems that just the momentum of getting out of the cockpit was enough to introduce a little bit of rotation. There we go. And we have power again. Just like that. Lovely. Let's go. Okay, re-entry in 95 seconds and dropping. Let's turn to retrograde and burn off the rest of this fuel. Coming in nice and hot. Okay, just burning off the last of that fuel now. Okay, we're in atmosphere and out of fuel, so jettisoning the final stage. Given Kerman, congratulations, you are going home today. .36 kilometers altitude, 2,800 meters per second. Heat shield holding steady, 183 and dropping at a rate of 0.44. We're experiencing 4 Gs. .2,000 meters per second and dropping. 1,600 meters and dropping, 23 kilometers altitude. Ablator level at 173 and dropping at a 0.03. 1,000 meters and dropping, Mach 3 and dropping. 18 kilometers altitude. We're through the plasma layer. 700 meters per second, Mach 2. 16 kilometers altitude and dropping. 500 meters per second, 1.5 Mach. Excellent, we are subsonic. Deploying chute. Doing well, Given. You are going home today. 6 kilometers and dropping. Looks like we're going to land over some grasslands nearby city. Okay, our final lunar lander stage is just impacted. Hopefully it didn't land on anybody's house. 2.5 kilometers altitude. Beautiful. We have full shoot deploy. And we have landed. Well done, Given. You can now get out and grab some surface samples. Welcome home. Okay, we managed to do 2 rescues that time around, and we got progressively better at them with every attempt. Hopefully in the next episode, we'll be able to rescue the 3rd person in orbit of Minmus. And hopefully by then, we will have gathered up some more. We will be able to harvest some science from our lab, and then see where we can go to next. So even that mission by itself gave us quite a few science points, because we had atmospheric pressure scans, temperature scans, and so on. So we got 340.5 science points earned. So we're looking very pretty indeed. And we have gained another Kerbinote. Looking quickly at our messages over here, we see that we have saved Given Kerman. Given Kerman is now part of the space program. And well done, Given Kerman has been recovered in one piece, and is now enjoying a thorough debriefing from the comfort of her quarantine cell. And because it was such an eccentric orbit that we had to fly to, at least that's my guess is, we have gotten 193,000 credits for the rescue of Given Kerman. That's it. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you in the next one.